Hello there, folks. This is Uncle Troy, and today is the first day of my colonoscopy prep. I'm basically eating a last meal here because tomorrow I'm going to be on a clear liquid diet, and tonight I'm going to start my prep by drinking some magnesium citrate oral solution, saline laxative, lemon flavor, pasteurized, the sparkling laxative. Yeah. Anyway, this here is supposed to just soften my stool so when I take the purging stuff tomorrow, everything will come out smoothly, all puns intended. And because I'm going, to be on a liquid diet tomorrow, I am going to start tonight I've got me a Big Mac here, a full thing of fries, some ketchup, and actually a Diet Coke. All of these things are things that I have tried to cut out of my diet because, they're bad for my diabetes or bad for my colon or whatever. But if tomorrow I'm going to be stuck with chicken broth and apple juice, today I'm going to eat whatever the heck I want. And if my diabetic doctor or my colon doctor don't like it, they can go themselves. So anyway, while I'm having my last meal here, please say hello to these new subscribers. Alrighty, it's about an hour after the last video, and my stomach is settled a bit. Actually, I was a little nauseous after eating that Big Mac, fries, and Coke because I hadn't had that much carbonated water, fat, salt, etc. Actually, I cut out ketchup quite a while ago because ketchup's basically tomatoes, salt, and sugar, which is all bad things. Never a good place to put this cord. So I've opened up my magnesium citrate here, which is lemon flavor. It was available in cherry and grape flavor, but I'm not allowed to have anything with purple or red dye in it. So I've read a little about this. Apparently this would be best on an empty stomach, but nobody told me that until after I'd eaten. So much for that. And I've heard it's best to mix this with 8 ounces of liquids, or I've heard it's best to follow it with 8 ounces of liquids. So we're going to follow it with 8 ounces of liquids, but I've not tried this yet, and I'm about to, and I figured you'd want to see this, so bottoms up. Actually, that's not bad. A little bit of a lemony aftertaste, but it kind of tastes like some kind of Sprite or 7-Up, just way too much flavoring. Yeah, I think I can handle that. Let's follow it with a little water here. And anyway, this is supposed to work by drawing water out of my tissues into my digestive tract, which causes me to have a bowel movement. Not going to show you that part. But anyway, basically this stuff was described to me as having a very, very bad taste. So I was expecting to make some kind of funny face when I, like when I took this. But actually, I think I could drink this. Actually, I'm not sure I couldn't put that over ice and drink that every day. But alright, well, I thought that was going to be amusing, but instead it's just kind of clinical, so I'm going to finish it. I have to finish this within an hour, which I think I'll finish this in about 10 minutes. And then we'll wait and see how it affects me. Some people say this just kind of softens up the stool, and then tomorrow when I take the Mova Prep, I think it's called, and I have mail, that will flush out my system, and other people have said this flushed out their system, and when they took the Mova Prep, it didn't do anything. So I'll check back with you later. Morning, folks. Uncle Troy here. It is now about 8 hours after the last video segment. Getting ready for work. Yesterday I said something effective that this stuff actually didn't taste that unpleasant, and that I could actually just see myself pouring this over ice and drinking it just as a beverage. I have revised that opinion just a little. There's a little bit of a lemony aftertaste. That aftertaste tastes terrible when you almost upchuck and it comes up to about here, and then you get a small burp, and your stomach contents, the smell of your stomach contents kind of fill your mouth and nose. That lemony, medicine-y taste is not pleasant at all. So do not want to drink this just to be drinking this. Oh, good. My blood sugar this morning is 113. If I ever showed you my meter, how it looks when you put the blood in it. Anyway, my blood sugar this morning is 113 in the normal range. Woohoo. Now, the problem is going to be keeping it there, because I will not be able to eat my regular diet today, because today we are on clear liquids. So I've got some chicken broth packed and some apple or grape juice. I forget which one I'm taking to work with me today. By the way, I have to work today and then go in for this procedure tomorrow. The procedure is about 24 hours away now, assuming we start when we're supposed to start. But I've been involved with medical procedures before, and they never start when they're supposed to start. When I went in for my arm surgery, which unfortunately the scar has faded over the years and you can barely see it now. When I went in for my arm surgery, I was supposed to go in like at 9 o'clock in the morning, I think, and then the surgery was supposed to start at 11. The day before, the people at the hospital called me and said the doctor's rescheduled. We needed to be here like at 5 in the morning so we can start at 7. And so I got there as early as I could. It's kind of hard to, drive an hour, get up, drive an hour when you're bringing along your 60-something-year-old mother, who was the one driving me home. She insists on being the one to take me to and from all these procedures, by the way. And by all these procedures, I mean like the 3 I've had in my life. But then when I get there, I wait and I wait and I wait, and I realize that I have waited until past the time that I was originally scheduled for. So I was waiting like 4 extra hours. And when I talked to my doctor about it later, he says, no, I didn't tell them I was going to be getting to you early. In fact, I called and told them I was going to be late. They were supposed to tell you to come in 2 hours later. And of course, so I checked with the surgery people, the people that do the scheduling, and they said, oh, no. His office called and said, bring you in earlier. So what I think happened is that week at that hospital, I was working security, and we were having a big parking enforcement push. And I was out writing tickets and having vehicles paged and forcing employees to park where they were supposed to park. And I think they were mad at me, and I think somebody actually changed my surgery schedule time just to inconvenience me. Because we're all such, professionals that we do that. Oh, actually, the thing is, I'm kind of bloated and irritable and don't feel well, and all the little irregularities that's caused me to reach the point where I'm going to have this colonoscope to see what's wrong with my bowels. This stuff here, and a night of up and down to going to the bathroom, has made it all 10 times worse. So I actually feel about as bad as I've ever felt prior to this colonoscope, which is going to figure out if anything, what's wrong, if anything, and if I need to change anything other than the diet and the medication, which I had already started, which was helping until I took this stuff and spent all night up and down going to the bathroom. So anyway, like I said, about 24 hours before the procedure, and I'm freaking out, man. And I'm thankful I have you people to talk to, because being a man, I'm not very good expressing my feelings and talking to real people. So if I can talk to you, my audience, I get to control the exposure, and I get to express myself without having a face here in front of me, providing feedback back, just a little helpful, comments y'all leave me, which has been, uniformly supportive. Love you guys. You guys have been great to me, and I appreciate it. All right, I guess I need to get to work and see what we can do. I'll get back with you when there's something to report. Bye. Okay, several hours after the last video, I went to work today. I got to leave early, of course, because I have my procedure tomorrow. And sometime about the time I was getting ready to go to work is when the magnesium citrate stuff really kicked in. But it wasn't until I was at work and at my job and needing to actually do things that the thing, really kicked in full blast. And one of my coworkers looked at me, feeling, I guess I looked pained or something, and he said something like, "Hey, Cheek, why are you looking so butthurt?" And I said, "Because my butt hurts." So, as the little cat on the internet says, I have a MAD, and its name is magnesium citrate. So, just recording a little update here. Here in about another hour, I think, if I'm reading this correctly, it is time for me to try the Mova Prep, which is the thing that's really supposed to clear out your system. Yeah, okay. Okay, here we have Mova Prep. Hard to see because I've got too much light or not enough contrast or something. Which consists of PEG 3350 or something like that. PEG stands for polyethylene glycol, which isn't that antifreeze? I mean, seriously. But anyway, I mixed this up last night and left it in the refrigerator to be nice and cold. I have a full liter here, or about a quart to you and me. And I have to drink approximately 1/4 of this every 15 minutes for the next hour. Mix up a fresh batch, eat some more, or drink some more. Okay. Wish me luck. Once again, not the most unpleasant thing I've ever tasted. But unlike the magnesium citrate, no one could accuse this of tasting good, and I can't think of anyone that would want to drink this just for fun. But it does not quite meet the description I read one time of a combination of underarm sweat and goat saliva, I think is what it was described as. Let's try a little more here. Yeah, I can only take a couple swallows at a time. And that's got, nowhere near. I'm going to have to do that 3 or 4 more times in the next 15 minutes to get it down. Water. Bit of a lemony aftertaste. I don't know what it is about lemons that these people prefer to do this. Dissolve contents, blah, blah, blah. Drink 8-ounce glass of solution every 15-30 minutes until gone, followed by 16 ounces of clear fluid. Repeat as directed. Yep. So I've got to go through this whole thing, make up a fresh batch, and then go through it again. Yeah, this is not going to be pleasant. Alrighty. Oh, good. It looks like my internet just came back up. I guess I can amuse myself by doing anything to take my mind off what I'm doing here. Watch videos of cats playing or something. I don't know. By the way, my nephew asked me earlier, do you feel okay, Uncle Troy? You look pale. And I feel pale. But I've talked to several people, and pretty much the consensus is that the preparation for the colonoscope is the worst part. Actually having the colonoscope, not so bad. So, we shall see. Audio, check. Okay, I was supposed to take an hour to drink all that. I took about an hour and a half. Still drinking water. Still gagging and retching. Excuse me. Some of it went down the wrong pipe. So I've made about 3 more trips to the bathroom. It was suggested to me I be no more than 20 feet from a bathroom when I did this, so I grabbed my tape measure here. Let's just see how close we are. And woohoo, little over 14 feet. Can you see that? 14 feet. So just 14 feet between me and where I need to go. and where I've been going about every 3 or 4 minutes ever since I finished. Actually, about halfway through that liter of Mova Prep, I started having to go fairly regularly. Anyway, and I've made several trips, and I've actually went through, I think, every magazine. I'm going to have to go out and find more magazines to put near the bathroom so that I can have more magazines to read while going to the bathroom. That's how much I've gone to the bathroom today. All right, so here in about 2.5 hours, I get to go through this whole process again, because that was step 1, and step 2 is to mix up another batch of the Mova Prep, put it in the refrigerator, and at 9 o'clock tonight, do it all over again. Okay, it's now after 9 o'clock. I am starting my second batch. Actually, I've already started. I've already gone down about a quarter of the way. This stuff is getting harder and harder to swallow. Mixing it with apple juice, bad idea. Does not mix with apple juice. Sprite Zero, not too bad. So I've been kind of swig, swig, swig. Something like this. So don't know if I'm going to hold on from this. I came real close to saying screw it and eating a fudge brownie a minute ago, because not that I'm hungry. I have no hunger whatsoever, and my stomach is just do not feel well at all. But for some reason, my brain is just fixated on, if I can eat something, I'll feel better. So, but no, let's just keep doing this. It's good for us. Yeah. Okay, it took me 2 hours instead of the hour it was supposed to, but I'm finished with this. Several more trips, 14 feet over to the bathroom there. Okay, so I was just doing some figures in my head. Okay, I'm supposed to start this at 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 p.m. Do this. Take an hour to do this. And then over the next 2 hours, drink 16 ounces at least of clear liquid of your choice. Now that I'm not taking this down anymore, the apple juice tastes pretty good. And since it took me an hour longer than it should, we're almost up to 11 o'clock now. So 2 hours of drinking water or apple juice or whatever will bring me up to 1 a.m. I'm supposed to be at the hospital at 7 a.m. for my preparation there, which means I'll probably have to get up around 5 a.m. to leave the house at 6 a.m. So I'm looking at about 4 hours sleep here. And I just mentioned that because they also said try to get a full 8 hours sleep before this. So no matter what I did, there was no way I could have followed these instructions and get to the hospital in time and get the amount of sleep they tell me to get. So I just another one of those instances where the doctors tell you things you can't possibly do and make you feel bad. Just like the diabetic doctor and the colon doctor give me 2 different diets which don't match up. So anyway, I am what you call a little punch drunk, slap happy, whatever you want to call it. Trying to finish off the last of my clear liquids here and try to sleep, assuming I don't have to get up in the middle of the night over and over and over again. So anyway, so that's all my colonoscopy prep. Go in tomorrow for the procedure. Hopefully it'll just be a quick in and out. They'll find nothing wrong, or at least nothing they can't fix, and we'll be back to normal in no time. So this is Uncle Troy signing out. Please have a good night.